What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Front Yard Fantasy Hour presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my beautiful co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. How's it going, guys?
What up?
You guys got that post-Thanksgiving glow. I can just see it on your faces. It's just radiating off of you. Joining us today to play some pool perception on this Friday is our great friend, Jake Trowbridge. He's the co-host of Drinking and Talking Fantasy Football, DTFF, and of the Ball Blast Fantasy Football Podcast, and a weekly DFS guest on the Harris Football Podcast. Jake, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Thank you for inviting me back. It's been so long since I've been able to grace your presences here. And I feel like I might have been in the doghouse because I couldn't make it work earlier, but now I'm back, baby.
We met you in Canton, and we were so intimidated by your good looks in person that we were like, yo, we got to wait
so
a minute.
Good looking.
I need to work out. I need to get some hair plugs. I need to start using the bottle.
It's the whole thing. He's a tall glass of water.
You guys.
Joey in the chat saying, Jake, Josh, JL, and way to break the trend, Simon. I'm used to being the only J name around here. Just on the Front Yard Fantasy team, we got JL, Jay, Josh, Joey. There's too many J's going on over here. Too much going on.
It's crazy.
Jays are the way of the world, Simon. Get on board or get out of the way.
Honestly, Jake, I got to stop you there. I don't think it's the way of the world. I think it's the way of the fantasy world. You know, I think the Jays, they all decided that they love football and they need to be part of this community, and that's why we're here. And I don't know what Simon's thinking. You know,
where should I be? Where do S's belong? Like the sewing
in the garbage,
the fountain pen community.
Talking about baseball or something.
Baseball.
Yeah.
I've watched a grand total of however many games were in the World Series this year is how many baseball games I watched this year.
Well, that's your problem.
I think it was 6, but that's about all I've watched.
You definitely won't be successful.
Guys, today we brought Jake here today to play poll perception with us for the Front Yard Fantasy Hour. Before we jump into that game, I want to remind everyone of how the rules work. So before this show, Josh found 7 polls online about NFL or fantasy football. He's going to propose one of those polls to a contestant. He may ask me what percentage of the people chose side A in this poll. I will set the line. So I'm making a guess. Let's say I say 60%. Jake and JL, your job will then be to guess whether the actual answer is over or under the line that I set. I'll get points based on how close I am to the actual answer. 1 if you're within 15, up to 10 if you get it exactly right. And then Jake and JL, you guys will get 2 points if you correctly pick the over under. We will do 6 rounds like this, alternating. I did the circle the wrong way. Alternating who goes first, who's setting the line. And then in the 7th and final poll, all of us will guess a number, and whoever is closest will get 5 points or 10 if they nail it right on the head. The person with the most points after the end of that 7th round is our poll perception champion. And we can't forget the Queen Bee rule, I guess, right?
Oh, wait.
The Queen Bee rule. Jake, there is a rule. Bonnie, the Queen Bee of Fantasy herself, came on and said, I want to guess exactly the same, not over or under. So if you call your shot and say exactly the same, you'll get 10 points as well if it is, in fact, exactly the same. It's never been done on the show
more
before.
Points, yeah.
I'm going to do it every single time in the hopes that I hit it just once.
Breaking records with a... You know what?
I have a feeling you're not going to do so well, Jake.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Joey said Jaimin sounds like diamond, which is what you are in my heart. I read that incorrectly, but thank you, Joey. I think Jaimin sounds much worse than diamond. So you've got a better mind than us.
Diamond.
Maria says, JL, you got this. Yeah, JL, come on. You need a W. It's been a minute, man. You need to get away.
That long.
Yeah, JL's been good. Hey, I just want to tell you guys some things, that have happened over the course of the day a little bit. AJ Brown's out, guys. That sucks to hear. I think we all had these expectations coming into the season that he was going to be an easy top 10 wide receiver at least, and it's just not panning out. When he does play and he's healthy, he looks good, but oh man, he's out. So the Titans' offense is all a mess right now, and Saquon Barkley's questionable. And this just came through. The Cowboys are considering giving Zeke some time off the heel.
What's happening?
Makes me nervous.
What is happening to all of our football players? Why can nobody stay for longer than 6 games without being taken from us? I don't understand it. I don't like it.
James Conner has been going strong. Let's not say all of our players. He's
the last person I would have assumed.
Yeah, no one asked for that.
I asked for it. I love James Conner this offseason, but Josh looks like he got so upset about the Ezekiel Elliott news that he froze on us.
Scary eyes.
But Jake, if Ezekiel Elliott does miss time, if they give him some time to heal, sits out for a game, how do you view Tony Pollard in that offense? Is he automatically an RB1, or are you putting him in that RB2 flex range?
Yeah, it's just how much do I believe in Mike McCarthy is really what it comes down to. Like, how much do I believe in Mike McCarthy? And the answer is not very much. So I would love to project him more as, like, I saw a great comp today that Tony Pollard was basically the Austin Eckler to Zeke's Melvin Gordon up until this point. I was like, I can get there with that. So now the assumption would be, now he's Austin Eckler in a main role, so it would be the moon would be his ceiling. But I cannot get there. I think he's going to be a fringe top 10 guy still, and that's still wonderful. But projecting him any higher than that would be nuts to me.
Absolutely nuts. Well, Josh, are you nuts, and are you projecting him higher than that, or are you agreeing with Jake here?
So you're talking about Tony Pollard if Zeke were out, essentially? Yeah, top 10's a little bit of a stretch, but I could see it. I mean, like, if we're currently thinking that, James Robinson's, top 10 back, I think Tony Pollard's maybe just as talented in a better situation. So if Zeke were out, yeah, I think he probably is top 10. I'm crazy. I'll say it. He's top 10 running back the rest of the season if Zeke were out the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm more in line with Jake, but I don't think Jake's that far off from you, Josh. I think we slot him in probably similar to, like, completely different player from AJ Dillon, but that kind of back end RB1 if he gets handed the full workload is how I'm viewing it. He's a capable backup. JL, are you agreeing?
Yeah, I think he could be like fringe top 10. So I'm kind of in the middle of the sandwich.
Ooh, what a nice place to be.
Huh? Thanksgiving sandwich. It's warm and cozy right here.
Josh sandwich. Is
it on a roll? Is it on cornbread?
People have paid for worse. I'm just saying.
Oh, yes, they have.
And better. I'll say that as well. Josh, you are running our game today. Are you ready to get going?
I'm ready. I got some great polls for you guys today.
Great.
I will give you a little context. The first three we'll do. I'm sorry. Will be redraft oriented. They will be based on this season, and the next three will be dynasty, and then the third one will be a little bit of surprise. We'll get there, guys. Ooh-wee is right.
All right.
So we determined the order pre-show. Simon, you're going first. Jake, you're going second. JL, you're going third. Yeah, you know what's up. Dealer's choice. Remember, buddy? Remember
no,
dealer's
I don't
choice?
remember.
I remember saying that.
I don't remember nothing.
I remember you saying that. I think I'm the dealer here, all right?
Mm-mm.
But Simon, you ready for your first poll?
Let's do it. I was born ready for poll perception.
Were you?
No.
Okay.
No, I was born not ready for much of anything.
Well, 3-5 and straight vibing. Let's get in there.
And a reminder before I answer this one, guys, play along in the chat. If you guys get close, we will shout you out on the stream. And if you're really far off, we might make fun of you a little bit as well. But it's all more fun playing in the chat. Anyway. So make sure you're putting your answers in there.
All right, let's get at it, Simon. The first question for you, it's a simple one. It's just, who would you rather start this week? Who would you rather start this week if you had to pick one? Side A is Tyrod Taylor. Side B is Joe Burrow. What percentage of people that voted on this poll chose side A, Tyrod Taylor?
Can I look up their matchups, or do I just have to guess?
I can give you. I'm going to give you their matchups. I think that is completely fair because you would assume that like people that voted on this poll might know their matchups, right? Maybe.
Yeah, you would assume I should know them by heart.
Dangerous assumption there, friendo.
Yeah,
no.
So Joe Burrow is playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and
Right.
Tyrod Taylor is playing the New York Jets.
Okay, so the matchup does come into play a little bit here, but I just can't imagine too many people seeing this and going like, "Yep, Tyrod." That's where I'm going on this one. I'm going to say it's pretty low. The name alone is going to carry Joe Burrow, even though it's a tougher matchup. I'll say 21% on the Tyrod Taylor side.
You're going to go with 21% on side A here. Are you locking that in, Simon?
I'm locking it in. And happy Thanksgiving and happy week 12 from FanDuel. And Joey saying happy Thanksgiving right back to you, FanDuel. 21%. Lock it in, Josh.
Awesome. Hey, Jake, coming to you. Jake, how do you feel about Simon's guess of 21%? Are you think it's over or under 21% for the Tyrod Taylor side?
Here's what I think. I think sometimes Twitter is really, really stupid. And I think that this is a case where we can exploit Twitter's stupidity, potentially. And so I'm going to do so by saying that they put him above 21%.
You think even more people voted for Tyrod Taylor in this poll? You are taking the over.
I am taking the over.
All right. JL, we're coming to you. Jake won with the over of 21% on the Tyrod Taylor side. Do you think the actual percentage is over or under? Do you agree with Jake, or is Simon splitting the vote here?
No, I'm going to agree with Jake on this one. I do remember the matchups here. Tyrod Taylor's playing the Jets, and he's played well recently. Joe Burrow has not played well, especially for fantasy. So I think recency bias will have a little bit to play here. I'll take the over.
All right, 2 overs, Simon. How's that make you feel?
Fine. That just means I get all the points this round.
All right. Well, Albert coming in the chat saying 15%. He's like in the under here. Joey Wright coming in saying 17%. Wow. He also likes the under. And Justin saying 13%. The under.
That's what I like to see.
And before we get into the actual answer, Justin saying Zeke news is crazy. I know, man. What is up with that? It makes us
And
nervous,
what's up, Justin? Welcome in.
We're high. Yeah, yo, what's up, Justin? I think we're high on Tony Pollard as a group. It sounds like I'm the highest if Zeke is not playing.
You're so high.
And Justin, I said this right before the show that I think this is the first time I've ever streamed without a hat. We're going to dinner at a nice restaurant right after this. I have to leave immediately, and apparently I'm not allowed to wear hats at nice restaurants.
No time to take off the hat.
Well, no time
hat
to
restaurants.
No time to do
no
my
business
hair.
for me.
Get out of here.
All right. Well, let's get into
Josh.
it. You're that confident, huh? You think you think you're getting points here? All right. Well, who would you rather start this week if you had to pick one? Side A is Tyrod Taylor. Side B is Joe Burrow. The actual percentage of people that chose side A in this poll was 25%. 25% of people chose Tyrod Taylor in this poll. So everyone's a little bit happier. Simon's probably the happiest because he was within 5 percentage points. That's going to give him 5 points in the game. But Jake and JL, you both got the over under correct. So you are both going to get 2 points. It's anyone's game still. Good job, everyone.
Josh, you love these polls in multiples of 25. It's like a Josh thing. Just loves multiples of 25.
I don't know what to tell you. It just happens.
He likes it nice and simple.
I don't like to get too weird with things, you know?
What's up, Eric? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And
what up, Eric?
There we go. I like the score big. Leave it like that, Josh.
Yeah, I did. I did not make it a scrolling ticker.
I don't like Simon's no hat level of confidence. Can we get this man a hat? So hopefully,
I think that's the thing.
Like,
yeah, the hat was like constricting his brain a little bit, so he was never very good at these games.
So now his brain's
he's going to kill it today. Yeah,
there you go.
This is the closest thing I have is a
lambda hat.
No, that's the most confident move I've ever seen a man do. That doesn't fly in the face.
Wear that to the restaurant and
you look
don't
good,
take
Simon.
No for an answer.
And I'll say this isn't a hat. This is a tablet. And then if they don't let me in, I don't see anywhere in your policy that I can't wear a tablet.
I don't have a tablet here. That's not fair.
Mine's not going to work. Simon, hey, great job on that one. So guys, we would start Joe Burrow over Tyrod Taylor still though.
I would start Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I guess it's the easy matchup with the Jets, but I would have to roll with Joe Burrow.
It's closer.
He hasn't shown
I
enough.
think.
It's close. I could see Taylor scoring more points than Joe Burrow, obviously, but no, I couldn't make that decision.
I think what makes it closer for me is like we've seen it time and time again. The Jets can get exploited on the ground. They can get exploited by opposing teams' run game. It limits the upside for quarterbacks. But what run game for the Houston Texans? I'm not confident in any of the backs there. I don't think they're going to be able to just pound the ball even against this Jets defense. So Tyrod Taylor has some upside this week, but I'm still rolling out Joe Burrow. I would not have the cojones to make that call. And Justin in here saying it's hard to bench Joe Burrow. Yeah, I'm with you there. Unless you've got an option in that top tier, it's hard to bench him.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I feel okay benching Joe Burrow, just not for
Kirk Cousins or Joe Burrow.
Kirk
Cousins.
Oh, that's I hate that I have to give respect to Kirk Cousins here, but I'm gonna. He deserves it. The guy, he has played so much better for both real life football and fantasy football than people are willing to give him credit for. I know it's icky, but I would absolutely do Kirk.
Yeah, let's do one more here. Derek Carr or Joe Burrow. Derek Carr going up against the Cowboys.
Well, he already
JL,
played.
I'll take Derek Carr.
I'm an idiot.
Carr,
I'm an absolute idiot there. My brain completely quit on me. I forgot Thanksgiving had 3
Derek
games.
Carr had like
What about
20
Cam
points.
Newton?
So I think Derek Carr will probably end up outscoring Joe Burrow. When it comes
What about Cam Newton or Joe Burrow?
I'll go Cam
I'm a big
Newton
Newtonian this week.
Big
Newtonian. Cam Newton is a top 6 guy for me this week, so I am a Newtonian. Papa Figs is going to get it done this week. And it's going to be amazing.
Here we go.
Oh,
all right, you guys ready for your next poll?
Let's do it.
Ready?
All right, we're coming to Jake with this one. Simon's got the lead right now. He's winning 5-2-2, but again, he's the only person that has had an opportunity to get 5 points yet. So let's see how it goes.
Settle down, Simon.
Yeah, calm down. All right, relax, bro. All right, yeah, get out of here. All right, Jake, we're coming to you here. Pretty straightforward. Who would you rather have on your roster? This is a redraft, context. Side A is Kadarius Toney. Side B is Elijah Moore. What percentage of people chose Kadarius Toney here, Jake?
Elijah Moore has just been going off. 4 weeks of being, he's like in the top 5 in those 4 weeks. I know people love that. I don't think people were dreading Zach Wilson coming back as much as I personally was, which would bring his percent down in my view. But with all of that said, I think Kadarius Toney is still going to be pretty light. I'm going to say 28% for Toney.
Jake, you are saying 28% on side A. Are you locking that in, Jake?
I'm locking it in.
28% is officially locked in. We are coming to JL. JL, how does 28% make you feel? Do you think the actual percentage that voted for side A is over or under 28%?
I think it's going to be over. I think people are still very excited about Kadarius Toney. I know he's hurt, but I'm going to take the over.
You're locking in the over.
Yeah.
Awesome. Simon. So Jake went with 28% on the Kadarius Toney side over Elijah Moore. JL's taking the over. Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 28%?
I mean, with what Elijah Moore's been doing recently, I have to take the under. We know Twitter loves some recency bias, and Elijah Moore has given you all the reason needed to click on that side of the poll over the past couple weeks. I'll say under. You're going to split us.
Jake, you split them. Usually people are pretty happy about that. Just means you probably said a good line. Hey, we've seen it go both ways, though. But we will see. We shall see. So we do have Eric come in here saying 19%. Justin saying 36 not. I'd rather have more. So Tony's heard. So 36%. Albert saying 23%. All right.
All over the board.
Yeah, all over the board. Well, guys, the question is, who would you rather have on your roster? Side A is Kadarius Toney. Side B is Elijah Mitchell. The actual percentage of people that chose side A, Kadarius Toney in this one, we know Jake chose 28%. The actual percentage that was chosen, though, was 22%. 22%. So I know, Jake. So you weren't within 5, but you were within 10. So that's still going to get you 3 points. JL, unfortunately, did not predict the correct over-under here, but Simon did predict the correct over-under, giving him 2 additional points on top of his score of 5 already here.
And Albert back at it again, killing this game. Albert is the chat MVP at poll perception. He's always right there.
Seriously.
23%, only 1 away. Nice job, Albert. Man, we got to get Albert on here to play sometime. He's going to absolutely demolish us when he comes on the show, though. I feel like he's always killing it in the chat.
Yeah, Albert does kill it.
Wasn't Eric the other day that got like 3 of them exactly right? Like there was like multiple in a row. I think it was Eric that did it.
Does Albert post a bunch of Twitter polls from various burner accounts and then just waits and stalks in the chat?
Maybe.
Guys, I got to tell you something that both Albert and Jake are probably going to be slightly upset about. The actual percentage that voted on this was 22.4%. If it was 22.5, I would have made it 23%, and you would have been within 5 percentage points, and Albert would have been right on.
Don't tell me these things.
I'm sorry. I had to. It was staring me in the face right here. I was like, oh, okay.
And Eric confirming, he said, yep, I was cheating off Scott, though. So he was cheating off Scott Fish, and that's how he got all the right answers. Makes sense.
Wait, but Scott always comes in after he already knows the percentage. So you were just like, it was like a double
Pre-cheating
like,
off.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Josh,
yes.
From Come Here Now Beach 89.
That's
you.
me.
We're gonna have to wait for the rest of the sentence. It's a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Nervous.
I can't wait.
I actually am nervous. All right. So after what did I do? Okay, so after 2 rounds, Simon is still in the lead. He has 7 points. Jake has 5 points, and JL has 2 points. Absolutely, still anyone's game here, though. This. Oh no.
Are you ready for Oklahoma State to be embarrassed tomorrow after you called for them to win?
I'm telling you. Come here now. Oklahoma State's going to win that game.
This sounds like a water bet.
Gentleman's bet. Come here now. Shaken. And by the way, JL, we did some gentleman's bet on a stream last week, I believe. I haven't written down. I think I lost both of those, by the way. There's one I have to vet. There's one I definitely lost because it was Kyler Murray versus Joe Burrow, and Kyler Murray didn't play.
That's a true gentleman's bet. The loser reminding the winner that they.
I would have totally forgotten.
I've got them written down over here on my board over here. But it was AJ Dillon and Saquon Barkley. They were just fun bets, like gentlemen's. But come here now, Oklahoma State's got it. No doubt.
What time is that Oklahoma State tomorrow? Because I'm going to be watching that game intently, knowing that there's some bets on the line. I don't know what time that game is, though. I know the Clemson game is at night, which I have no idea why they would slot that game in at the 6:30 time slot. It looks like Oklahoma State's at the same time, though.
Hey, guys, real fast on this. Elijah Moore, he got 77.6%, 78% of this vote. And if I was voting on this, it would be hard for me not to pick Elijah Moore with how well he's playing lately. That you said it, JL. Do you have any consideration for Kadarius Toney here? I mean, he's not even playing this week, so. JL, what do you think here?
Rest of the season, yeah, absolutely. A lot of the Giants pass catchers are hurt, including Toney right now, but he has looked good when he's on the field. So there's absolutely consideration here.
I love him from like a dynasty perspective.
What I was going to say.
This year, it's just like, nah. So Simon, dynasty though?
I was going to say valuable. In redraft, I want Elijah Moore rest of season if I'm picking one of these two guys. It's 4 weeks in a row now that he's shown that he can be that pretty steady wide receiver starter in your offense. Yes, we're nervous about Zach Wilson coming back into the mix, but it seems like the Jets have realized their best wide receiver is Elijah Moore, and they're going to continue using him as the one even when Corey Davis returns. But in Dynasty, this becomes a conversation, right? Which one of these guys do you like better? Yeah. Kadarius Toney is electric, as people love to say, and that's because he is on the field. When he touches the ball, it's exciting every time. So in Dynasty, this is much closer. And honestly, I would struggle to not
make a decision. It's Dynasty.
Toney. I'll take Kadarius Toney. I'll take Kadarius Toney in Dynasty.
I'll take Elijah Moore. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, I will still side with Moore. And it's probably recency bias. I'm sure that's all it is. Like I said, past 4 weeks, he's been crushing it. And Zach Wilson can't be this bad all the time. And if he is, then they'll move on and he'll get a hopefully better quarterback. So I like the long-term outlook of Moore a lot more.
Yeah, me too. JL, how about you? Dynasty, pick one.
I'll take Toney.
All right. Tony. So 2 Tonys, 2 Moores. 2 Tonys, 2 Moores. Let's go. I could see that one going either way. But hey, guys, let's move on, right? You guys ready?
Yep. And this is where JL gets it exactly right, builds an early lead, and then loses in dramatic fashion.
Don't you dare jinx me. Shut your mouth.
Well, JL, for your poll, we were just talking about this individual for a brief minute earlier. But will Cam Newton be a top 10 quarterback this week? Ooh. Side A is yes. Side B is no. What percentage of people voted on the yes side of this poll? JL, what are you thinking? Will Cam Newton be a top 10 quarterback this week?
Jake's smirking over there.
Jake's like, I know it.
If they think like me, I know what the answer would be.
I'll go with people are excited for Cam. I will go with 51%.
51% on the Cam Newton side. Are you locking that in, JL?
Lock it in.
51% is locked in on the side A. Yes, Cam Newton will be a top 10 quarterback this week. Simon, coming to you here. JL saying that 51% of people chose side A. What do you think? Over or under 51%?
I think over. I think it's going to be over by quite a bit. I think people were excited for Cam to come back, and then he gave them enough last week to like get really excited going into this week. I think it's going to be over.
Okay. And we're locking that in, right, Simon?
Yep. And I'm
Beautiful.
with Jake. He is a top 10 quarterback for me this week as well.
So, Jake, yeah, you said people agree with you. So it sounds like you have a strong opinion here, huh?
I'm big time. Yeah, like I said, he's top 6 for me. So if everybody else can get on board with what I saw last week, and then knowing his matchup is also great this week, then I'm going to take the over. I actually don't think the pollsters, that's the word, right? Pollsters?
Yeah, I like
poll
it.
takers, pollies, whatever we call them.
Poll goobies, I think is the
Poll
proper
goobies, yeah.
Perfect.
Checks out.
I think that they are probably just a hair over. I'm going to like the 58-ish% range. I'm not going to say that as my definitive answer, but just a hypothetical. I would say that's about where they come in, but I will take the over here.
You'll take the over. You'll take the over. All right. Well, there was a couple people in the chat, Jake, that kind of were vibing with you there. You know, we got a 59% here. We got a 55%, and we got an Eric. And all these guesses in the chat line up pretty much exactly what you said. A little bit over. You're right. And
Except
then
Jordan
Jake
coming in
48%.
here, taking the under with 48%.
Well, JL, you did not split them. You went with 51% on side A here. Simon and Jake both took the over. They both think that more people voted yes. Cam Newton will be a top 10 quarterback this week. You want to know the actual answer?
Yes, please.
I could give it to you. Well, will Cam Newton be a top 10 quarterback this week? Side A is yes. Side B is no. The actual percentage of people that chose side A was 57%. 57%.
Oh.
Hey. So through the first round, you guys all had really good guesses. The over and unders were great. JL was within 10 percentage points there, which will give him 3 points. And both Jake and Simon, you both correctly predicted the over under. It's going to give you 2 points each. Let's go.
Man,
Well done.
Get it.
I just
One of
wanted
these times, this is giving me confidence now. This is giving me Simon's no hat level of confidence where I might try and guess it exactly on at some point.
You said 58. It was 57, 57.1 to be exact.
Oh, man. I just love that both of you guys were 6 percentage points off. Like you were so close to 5 percentage points off. You were right there. Thank you.
I don't
needed
like
that
you
first
right
round.
now, Simon. I don't like this at all.
But you do love me. And that's why you've got the G for Grunewald behind your head.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And after 3 rounds, we have a very close game, guys. Simon, 9 points. Jake, 7 points. JL, 5 points. Like I've said like 3 times already, this is anyone's game. So, guys, Jake already gave me his answer. Simon gave me his answer. They both think that Cam Newton will be a top 10 quarterback this week. JL, do you think Cam Newton's a top 10 quarterback this week?
No, I don't. I think
You
he'll be
don't?
just outside top 10.
If you made me bet on it, I would say yes. If you made me. But I don't feel comfortable either way.
8
Still a bit
touchdown
more.
game incoming for Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Just to
QB1.
represent all these Newtonians.
That's just his rushing touchdowns as well. He's going to throw 8 through the air as well.
All to DJ Moore.
Yep, it's going to be 16 touchdowns. Even the rushing touchdowns are going to be to DJ Moore. They're going to hold
It's
it
going to be
together
6
and
to
run
Tommy
it
Tremble. You know it's going to
in. You're right.
You're
You're right.
So,
And all 6 of them are going to bounce off DJ Moore's hands into Tommy Tremble's hands in the end zone just to tease DJ Moore lovers like me.
So guys, if you think Cam Newton's a locked and loaded top 10 quarterback, Jake specifically, who said he's number 6, you've got to think that their weapons like DJ Moore are going to play pretty well, right? Or is it just more
I don't
on
think
the
you
back
do.
of rushing touchdowns? Right?
Yeah, that's
Jake,
what
do
I'm
you
kind of. I'm kind of in on the rushing side of things, especially when we talk about touchdowns. I mean, legitimately, he could have a 3 touchdown day on the ground. That's not even absurd for me. I know CMC people would hate it, but I think that DJ Moore will be fine. He's going to be just fine, but I'm not expecting like a massive blow up game, but he'll be reasonable. He'll get like his 70 yards and probably a score.
I mean, he was QB8 on the week last week with less than 200 passing yards. He doesn't have to be good passing the ball to be a top 10 quarterback this week. If he is, that's just icing on the cake, right? Like we expect that rushing for, like Jake is saying. I'm perfectly in line with Jake here. DJ Moore is going to be fine. Maybe a slight upgrade over the quarterback situation previously, but nothing major. His value is relatively the same.
How about Robbie Anderson? Any interest in him whatsoever? Anyone can answer. I don't want to come to anyone with that question. I don't want to force that on anyone.
Like it. Me and Robbie have had a on again, off again relationship for the last 3 years, and I am forcing myself to stay permanently off because I'm not ready for that level of heartbreak again. So I'm going to say no. It's nothing for Robbie here.
Would you rather start Robbie Anderson or Tim Patrick?
I would rather throw my laptop out the window and never watch fantasy football again. But Tim Patrick.
But Tim Patrick, if I had to choose.
I'll go with Robbie Anderson.
I think I'm on the Tim Patrick
Just a
side.
1 week start. Just like
Yeah.
I think Robbie Anderson, he's just due for a big game. He's due for it. He's getting the enough targets to have a big game. It's just like it's gonna happen one of these weeks. You know, he's gonna have a 25-point game. I'm telling you guys.
Christopher has a question for us, talking about Cam Newton and his options. DJ Moore or T Higgins? Josh, you said, what's your answer here?
It's an easy DJ Moore for me. T Higgins has not really been playing awesome lately. He's the number 2 on the offense. Jamar Chase is the number 1 receiver on that offense. DJ Moore is the number 1 receiver for his offense. I feel much more comfortable putting DJ Moore in my fantasy lineup.
Jake, what do you think here?
Yeah, I think T Higgins is going to look better down the stretch here for this fantasy season because eventually he's going to catch a touchdown. Like he's going to eventually get that. And I do think the targets have been there for the most part in almost every game. So yes, I have faith in T Higgins, but I would still err on the side of DJ Moore.
Yep, I'm right there with you, Jake. I expect a T Higgins bounce back over the last quarter of this season, but that's not putting him in DJ Moore range yet. That's still, he can be a good fantasy asset without me wanting to start him over DJ Moore. JL, are you in agreement or would you go T here?
No, I'd go DJ Moore. The matchup's too good.
The matchup's too good. It's too juicy. And come here now wants to know Ayuk or Van Jefferson to sit on the bench. So is this a start question, but you're asking it the other way, or are you asking for a flyer? Let's take it as a start sit question though. Ayuk or Van Jefferson? It's Ayuk for me. Jake,
not to sit on the bench, right?
To start. Ayuk to start.
I don't like this phrasing at all, but I will say that, yes, I think Ayuk would be the person who I will put into my lineup.
Oh, and he's saying I'm asking who to have just in case something happens to my starter. So to fill a bench slot, it's not a starter. Does that change your answer, Jake?
Yeah, still Ayuk. He's working his way out of the doghouse here with Shanahan, so that's great. Debo, of course, is still the dude. Don't get me wrong, but Ayuk has a little bit more utility on your bench.
Man, watching Debo like just rise into that role as the dude on that offense has been really fun this year. It's been so cool seeing him just be like, yeah, I am the dude. JL, are you going Ayuk or are you going Van Jefferson as the bench stash?
I would go Ayuk. Ayuk, I think, is a wide in the worst case scenario. He's the second wide receiver on this team. In the best case scenario, he's the first wide receiver, and Debo's the running back. So I'm going Ayuk.
Josh, is it a clean sweep, Ayuk?
Oh yeah, and while Debo Samuel, I mean, he's still going to get plenty of wide receiver opportunities. Like I'm not worried about like that transition actually happening. The fact that Debo Samuel lines up at running back 10 times a game, it does give Ayuk a lot more upside. And Kittle. So yeah, it's definitely Ayuk for me.
We got one more question from Christopher before we get into our next round of poll perception. Do the Colts get past TB12 and the Bucks? Can the Bucks D stop JT? So first, I guess just predictions. Who's going to win this game? Jake, is it the Colts or the Bucks?
I think that this will be a Tampa Bay victory for that portion of it, but it's not going to be due to their run defense. I do not believe they've been beaten by, Khalil Herbert destroyed them earlier in the season for 100 yards. If you watch what Jonathan Taylor did this past week against the Bills, there's no chance you can bet against him, no matter what the matchup looks like. So for both of these things, yeah, okay, Tom, you can have your W, but Jonathan Taylor scores the moral victory here.
I'm right there with you, Jake. Completely agree. I think the Bucks pull this win out, but I think JT has a great fantasy day. I don't think the Bucks are going to be able to slow him down too much. Josh, are you in agreement here, or do you have worries about JT against this Bucks run D? Or do you think the Colts are going to win?
Oh, no. I think the Buccaneers will win. And now, listen, if there's a defense that maybe can slow JT down a little bit, it might be the Bucks. They're definitely one of the better rush defenses in the league. I'm not saying they're not beatable. Like I'm starting JT in every single league I have him in, and I'm not even considering putting him on the bench. But, I'd rather him be, play the Detroit Lions than, the Buccaneers, right? But, you got to temper expectations a little bit, I think. I could see him having a disappointing 18 points, if you know what I'm saying.
I feel
you
you
should have
there.
had 40.
Also, Come Here Now Beach 89 says Ayuk has a good matchup this week, so maybe I'll start him over Mike Evans. I would not do that. Mike Evans is a top 10 receiver for me this week. I'm starting Mike Evans over Ayuk 10 times out of 10. Would either of you guys make the move to plug in Ayuk?
Can't do it.
Can't do it. And Christopher calling his shot for the Colts, saying 30-27 that the Colts are going to pull this victory out.
I actually just looked up this. I just looked up the spread for this game, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are favored by 3 points. It's a 53-point over/under.
Nice. It should be a fun game. I'm excited for this one with the way the Colts have been looking recently.
They expect it to be close. They do expect it to be close, though.
I'm taking the over on that game for sure, though.
53?
I really do think that this will be like a massive amount of points going up.
Yeah.
So it will be a very fun and interesting game to watch, at least.
Yeah, let's see. The Buccaneers are definitely going to win like 27-23. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Checks out.
Fair.
Did not. All right. Are we ready to get in there?
Yeah, let's get into the next round.
Okay. So we are starting with Simon here. We have a close game, like we already said. Simon's got 9 points. Jake's got 7 points. Jail's got 5 points. Let's get into the next round.
And he's so embarrassed about losing that he left, but hopefully he'll be back in time.
He's close. It's not like he can't. It's not like he can't win. He could come back. All right. Yeah, like I said, coming in, we had 3 redraft questions followed by 3 dynasty questions. So we're getting into the dynasty portion of this game. Let's go, Simon. Superflex Dynasty. That's all the context. Superflex Dynasty League. Side A is Justin Fields. Side B is Aaron Rodgers and a 2023 second round pick. Simon, what percentage of people chose Justin Fields in this poll? And you look so sad. It's okay. We're going to get through this.
So bad at valuing like young QB assets in Dynasty. Like just like these guys that aren't performing yet. Know what I mean? Like the Trevor Lawrences, the Justin Fields, the Trey Lances, these like high value, early first round NFL draft picks that just aren't showing up yet. I have no idea how to actually value them compared to a guy like Aaron Rodgers. It's one of my weak points in Dynasty. I don't get many trades done with these kinds of players because it's something that I constantly struggle with. So I'm just stalling while I try to come up with an answer.
You did a great job of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the no hat confidence isn't doing anything for me right now. I'm gonna
keep talking about the players, eventually it will come back.
Aaron Rodgers, I guess there's some question marks right now about where he's going to be next year. He may not be in Green Bay. We don't know if that's going to be an upgrade or a downgrade for him. Justin Fields, we know, has been injured. He showed flashes this season, but Andy Dalton comes in, looks like the better start right now. And the 2023 class is so hyped up currently. I feel like people are really excited about 2023. And you know what? Okay, I'm going to go slightly on the Aaron Rodgers side here, but it's going to be close. I will say 46% Justin Fields. The pick just pushes it slightly onto the Rodgers side, but I could be so off. This could be a 90% Justin Fields poll, but I'm going to say 46%.
You locking that in, Simon? 46%?
Yeah, I'm locking it in. Jake looked excited to pick the over-under on my guess.
Jake, you feel confident here, huh? So Simon went with 46% on the Justin Fields side. What do you think? Do you think the actual percentage that selected Justin Fields in this poll was over or under 46%?
Yeah, my process for this was very scientific. I looked at Aaron Rodgers. If you rearrange the letters in his name, it smells Schnagder Osa. And for people who might not be familiar with that historical reference, that was somebody who was defeated at the hands of somebody who was also named Justin. Their last name is slipping for me for right now. So I apologize to all you history buffs out there that are waiting with finger breath on this. But Justin Fields is probably still hot enough because people are looking at the future for Justin Fields without Matt Nagy. And so they're like, that's going to be great. But I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to go someplace exciting as well. And people are thinking like he's going to the Broncos and that's also great for him next year. Another long-winded answer, but I'm going to say Justin Fields is higher than 46, so I will take the over.
Jake, you are taking the over 46% of this. You locking that in, Jake?
Locking it in.
That was the best reasoning we've ever gotten, Jake. You just set the bar pretty high for JL right here.
I know. I mean, regardless of what this poll says, like I'm now firmly on the Justin Fields side. What was the name of the person?
It's
yeah. It'll come to you.
Golder.
Yeah, exactly.
Golder Goglinson. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
I learned about that in US/Euro/world history. One of the three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. So JL's Simon went with 46% here on the Justin Fields side. Jake took the over. Do you agree with Jake, or are you going on the other side? You taking the under?
He agreed, and I'm using his reasoning. I'll just adopt his reasoning as my own. I'll take the over.
Oh man. I mean, how can you argue with that logic when it comes down to it, right? So
yeah,
it's all the history is all coming screaming back to everybody, and so it's tough to you get a historical figure like that in your brain, it's hard to get them out.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. We all learned it back in middle school, but we forget a lot of the stuff we learned in middle school, right?
Math and manners.
All right, we got a couple of guesses here in the chat. Come here now saying 39% on side A, and Albert's saying 35% on side A. So, they're taking the under, it looks like. Simon, how's that make you feel?
Better. I was really second guessing myself.
Okay, good. Because both JL and Jake took the over 46%. Well, the context we have here is a Superflex Dynasty League. Side A is Justin Fields. Side B is Aaron Rodgers and a 2023 second round pick. The actual percentage that chose side A, Justin Fields, in this poll was 53%. Simon,
okay,
that was a good guess. Everyone's
take it.
happy. Everyone's pretty happy here. Simon was within 10 percentage points, which is going to give him 3 points onto his score. Jake and JL both correctly predicted the over-under here. They both took over, so they're both going to get 2 points. Guys, you are killing it this game. Let's go.
Let's do it. Nice job. Also, Christopher in here saying, I'm not trying to beat on the Matt Nagy drum, but his game script for Justin Fields thus far has been atrocious. Fully agree with that. I don't think you're going to get any disagreement here. It's like
he doesn't even know what Justin Fields is freaking good at. Like it's like yeah, he's a quarterback, right? Just do the quarterback thing, all right? And he's supposed to be an offensive guru. Like what? And the only time the team was ever good was when the defense was elite. Like Matt Nagy has done nothing for the Chicago Bears. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been rough. Come here now, Beach 89. He says bottom right. So he's got a question specifically for you, Jake. Yes, I know the answer to this one, but let's see if you know this trivia. Do you know how many electoral votes George Washington had in the first election?
Was it equal to the number of names I'm going to make up for that anagram from before? Because that's going to be daunting.
I'll give you a hint. Nice.
Yes. Oh, he had 69. That's
he did. He unanimously won with 69 electoral votes in the first presidential election. If I'm not mistaken, come here now, Beach 89 may fact check me, but I think that's the right answer.
I would have assumed it was just 0. I thought they were just like, George, you're president.
Come on,
right?
Come on.
You wrote your name correctly on the ballot. You win.
He said correct. We nailed it. Nice job, Jake. You got it. Nice. Eric has a question for us. He says 12-team PPR Superflex. What should I offer to acquire Cam plus Henderson? He said 1 year-ish pieces. So I'm wondering if this is a dynasty league that he's looking to acquire these players in. It's going to be hard without knowing what your team is, but maybe we can give you
not
Cam Newton. But we can give you some. We were just talking about Cam Newton, so I'm assuming this is Cam Newton. We can give you a range of player, but it's not going to directly correlate to your team, obviously. Josh, is there a certain range of player?
And Henderson.
Like a single
it's a dynasty league, right?
Like, would you offer Joe Mixon for Cam Newton plus Henderson? That may not be enough
to get a quarterback. I mean, I'd rather have Joe Mixon in a dynasty league than Darrell Henderson. I mean, so another reason why I think this could be Cam Akers is because they're on the same team. They're both
Or
Rams running backs.
He said
right?
1 yearish pieces. So I think
Yeah.
he's saying
Yeah,
1
you're
yearish
right.
pieces because
You're
Cam
right.
Newton's not
You're
expected
right.
to be the starter
Yeah,
next
you're
year.
right.
Henderson's
you're
not
right.
expected to be the starter next year. So this is a dynasty question,
Joe
trying
Mixon's
to
too much to give
run
up.
for a run this year.
If you're going for a run, like what about like a J.K. Dobbins or Cam Akers, like someone like that? Someone that doesn't need those guys. But I expect J.K. Dobbins to be great next year, much better than Darrell Henderson, just because Cam Akers is coming back. So J.K. Dobbins could be a good piece.
What
Dobbins
about
is the first name that came to
Really?
mind.
Dobbins?
And I think I value Dobbins less than you do. And that's why, for me, I think the projection is still that he is going to be really good. I've never happened to be as high on Dobbins as the consensus. And that's why, for me, if I have him, this is my excuse to now move him off the team and get these couple of guys. I really do like Cam Newton to maybe extend his career past this next year as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to play for another 6-7 years, but I think you can get much more than just next year out.
He's going to get a contract if he finishes out this year strong from the Panthers,
Yeah, you'll just get a nice extension. They can continue paying 3 quarterbacks for eternity. And it'll be great. But yeah, I think Dobbins is a nice guy.
What about a first? Would you guys trade a first for Cam Newton plus Darrell Henderson?
Sure.
2022 first?
If I'm being honest, I don't think you have to. I think if you can do a second and a third round pick package together, that will probably be enough to get it done. Unless the person you're picking him off, though, is a contender.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody believes in Cam like maybe I do, because I'm kind of a psychopath about it. So maybe I can't really project this all that well.
How about Travis Etienne?
Yeah, I would do that. Or Javonte Williams, maybe plus a second or a third. Would you be willing to do that? Or Javonte straight up?
It would be Javonte straight up. Yeah, it wouldn't.
I like him a lot too. I'm just trying to think of public perception of Javonte right now. He's a piece that the other team, like a rebuilding team, may be interested in a Javonte Williams, right? Because his trajectory is supposedly going up with Melvin Gordon not having a contract yet going into next season. He's a player that you could maybe package to a rebuilding team for a Cam and Henderson.
Hey, T Higgins might be a name that would get it done if people still believe in him. I mean, I like Higgins, but I don't know if I could pass this up for him.
You ready for our next round, Josh? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Let's digress. I digress there. we went too far on that one. Let's get in there. Let's get into the next question. Guys, just a reminder, the score is Simon 12, Jake 9, JL 7. We are coming to Jake with his second question. Jake, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Like I said, there's going to be a couple dynasty questions coming up here. Dynasty, which dynasty would you rather? that's the context we have. Side A is AJ Brown. Side B is Devonta Smith. What percentage of people, Jake, chose AJ Brown in this poll?
Come on. This still has to be heavily favored for AJ Brown. Otherwise, I'm shaken. I know that the injury concerns are there for folks, and that is what's going to weigh this poll down, I think. Because people they hate that. Like, obviously, availability is massive. And so Devonta Smith, he's been around and he's been starting to look good now. He's coming on here in the second half of what we've seen so far. Let
me give you a little bit of context real fast. Okay. This was posted 2 days ago, and it finished before today when the news of AJ Brown was released. I'm not trying to affect your opinion on anything. I'm just giving you that. I plan on giving that contest regardless. Take that for what it is,
Yeah, that is very much appreciated, because I do think that would skew it pretty heavily now.
I mean, he was questionable regardless. He had the injury issues regardless. So yeah, I'm not trying to affect anything here.
I'm going to go with
you.
I'm going to go with AJ Brown as 67%.
67? You want to lock that in?
Lock it in.
Jake is locking in 67% on the AJ Brown side of this poll. We are coming to JL. JL, do you think the actual percentage that voted on AJ Brown is over or under 67%?
I'm going to take the over. I think people still believe in AJ Brown. I think his value is still up there in Dynasty.
Okay. We're locking that in, JL, right? We're coming to you.
I'm going to take the over as well. Yeah, I think Devonta Smith has shown us enough this year that maybe this should be a little bit closer than 65%. It should be more in the range Jake said, but I think public perception of Devonta Smith is still a little bit lower than it should be, and AJ Brown is a darling, a Twitter darling. So I'm going to say over.
Well, I'm looking at the guesses in the chat here, and Jay Few saying 61%, Albert saying 65%, and Come Here Now saying under. He's saying
Maybe I'm
60%.
reading this entirely wrong then.
Everyone in the chat seems to think it might be an under here, so we'll see, right?
Let's do it.
So Jake
against
went
us.
with Jake, you went with 67%. Both Simon and JL took the over here. It's a dynasty. Would you rather? Side A is AJ Brown. Side B is Devonta Smith. The actual percentage of people that chose AJ Brown. Hold on. We got our vote coming in here. Justin saying 74%. The actual percentage of people that chose AJ Brown in this poll was 77%. 77%. Jake, you're within 10. Jake, you're within 10 still. That's awesome.
Barely.
Just barely. And hey, you got screwed over earlier from the decimal point, but it was 77.2.
Oh, he got frozen, but it sounds like you got helped by the decimal point this time, Jake. Nice job on that one. Would you prefer AJ Brown here? You said you would lose faith in humanity if it was on the Devonta Smith side. So this isn't even a question in your mind.
It's not like I hate Devonta Smith by any means. It's just, AJ Brown is such a beast, and he's not always going to be tethered to Ryan Tannehill. I think that's an important outlook as well.
Yep.
You think Ryan Tannehill hurts him?
Boy, AJ Brown. I'm going to go still with the just from a physicality standpoint. I love AJ Brown too much, and so whatever the context is, I'm going to lean on him.
As am I.
AJ Brown's the right answer here, guys. I love Devonta Smith, but
shout out to Justin. Very close with 74%. You were only 3 percentage points off. Said he was so close. Josh, are you ready to move on to the next poll?
I am so ready. Real fast, Eric, just to the previous question, would you do Michael Thomas the second and the third? Would you do that for Darrell Henderson, Cam Newton? Sure.
Yeah, I would do that.
I'm fine with it.
I'd be fine
I don't love it.
that package.
I don't love it, but if you're trying to win now, it's going to help you. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'd start with just Michael Thomas and see if that's enough to get it done, and I wouldn't throw those picks on personally.
And then add the third, and then add the second.
Yes.
Go in order. Just try to make it work like that.
That's exactly it. So how come Max, I don't see a vote from you. Max came in the chat here, said, how come Justin's so close, but not me? I'm not seeing a vote from you, Max. I'm sorry.
I'm not seeing an answer, Max. I don't see it in there. Did you write but with your answer? Because then it might have been caught by our filter. You can't type a number and then but the moderator.
He probably said like 76% AJ Brown, Devonta Smith's butt.
Yep, and then that's why it didn't show up.
All right. So, hey, guys, it's still a super close game like it has been all game. Simon, 14 points. Jake, 12 points. JL, 9 points. JL, we're coming to you with the next one. You're looking good over there. Here we go. It's in our dynasty lead. So, it's a 12-team dynasty, 1 quarterback, PPR, tight end premium. Side A is Jamar Chase. Side B is Hurts, CEH, and Pittman. What percentage of people chose Jamar Chase here? JL, what percentage of people chose Jamar Chase over Jalen Hurts, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Michael Pittman?
This one sucks. One QB league. I'm gonna go with 50. God, 53%.
53% on the Jamar Chase side. Are you locking that in?
Yep.
All right, it's locked in, fellas. Simon, we're coming to you first. Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 53% on the Jamar Chase side?
Man, you've got the arguably number 1 dynasty wide receiver. I'm not going to say that he is, but I'm saying you can make the argument, and there are people that have him ranked number 1, but that is one hell of a package on the other side with Hurts, CEH, and Pittman. Especially with the way Pittman has been playing so far this year, and Hurts starting to look like shutting up some of the people that said he couldn't be a quarterback. He's playing well, not just good enough. I think well enough to keep his job going into next year. I'll take the under. I think maybe that package is enough to pull people aside. Like I would personally take the Jamar Chase side of this, but that package is juicy. All 3 of those pieces are great dynasty assets. So I'll take the under.
Simon is taking the under. Jake, what do you think? Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 53% on the Jamar Chase side?
Well, I always love to talk about a juicy package, so I'm excited that this one came through to us here.
But you know about those very well, you know? Yeah.
I'm intimately aware.
Yeah.
The side B, it's interesting because, Hurts in a one quarterback league, as great as he may be and is obviously becoming here, he's basically a throw up in this equation for me. He doesn't factor in my own personal consideration. So it's CEH, who would also not really factor in too heavily for me right now, versus Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman is fantastic. Love Michael Pittman. Jamar Chase is he's the thing. He is the thing in Dynasty right now. So I'm actually going to take the over here.
You split them, JL. You split them. All right.
Let's go.
Well, we got some good guesses in the chat. Justin saying 62%. I think, was this come here now? 28.
This was for this one. Yep.
No, 28%. Jay Few saying 46%. Max saying 68% on the Hurts side. So I think he's saying less on Jamar
32.
Chase.
Yep, 32 on Jamar Chase.
And then Albert saying 41%. All right, guys. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose the Jamar Chase side. This is a 12-team dynasty, one quarterback PPR tight end premium league. The actual percentage that chose side A was 60%.
Whoo!
So
what was Jail's guess again?
53%. He's within 10 percentage points. It was 60%, and Justin was by far the closest with 62%. Great job, Justin, and great job, JL. Great job, Jake. You suck, Simon.
I think that ties it up with me and Jake going into this final round.
It does. And JL is very close himself with 12 points. So going into the final round, Simon 14 points, Jake 14 points, and JL 12 points. Whoever is the closest on this last poll will be the winner of the game. So just to remind everyone how we play this last and final poll, it will not be one person picking the over-under, picking the line. You will all write down, Jake. I don't know if you have your phone on you or a pen and a paper. Typically, do pen and paper if you do have it. Each contestant will write down a percentage that they think the actual answer is, and whoever's closest will get 5 points and will be the winner in our game here today.
Yeehaw! That's going to be me.
Let's go.
So I'm excited, but I'm so nervous, you guys.
I'm gonna put it up there. You got your pen and paper ready, Jake?
I'm ready.
I have my phone. Hold on. I can grab it really quick. It's right over here. Don't play without me.
Phone works. Pen and paper works. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. All right. He's got his pen and paper ready. We always like some good pen and paper. This is a tradition. We make the guests. We don't tell the guests about it in advance. We make them struggle on camp.
I should have known.
All right. Here it is. Putting it up there. The first round tight ends of the 2017 NFL draft are free agents in 2022. Who has the best chance of a career resurgence? Side A is OJ Howard. Side B is Evan Ingram. And side C is David Njoku. What percentage of people chose side A, OJ Howard, in this poll? Simon looks upset.
No, this is a really good poll. Like, this is such a good question. This is fun to think about, but I'm not happy about having to answer it.
There weren't a ton of votes. JL might be a little upset. Only 3,794 people voted on this.
Oh, only 3,794.
What the hell,
What
Josh?
a small sample size.
I know.
Can we even accept this?
All right, guys. So what percentage of people chose OJ Howard in this poll?
Okay, wow. I got my answer. I'm ready.
All right.
Man, this one is wild. I like this is. There's so many different ways I can think about this one, but I like
these guys all have talent, right? You know,
yeah,
they all have talent in some way. You know.
It's messing with my head, and then like the resurgence part kind of makes me lean towards the ones that have performed the least. You know, like, but I'm messing up here. I might be giving too much information, but I also could be completely wrong. So many layers, ogres and onions in this poll.
You're probably thinking about it much more than every single person that voted on this poll.
But if you combine the amount they all thought about it, then it's
everyone's
close.
Thinking about it in a specific way, kind of more or less, right?
You guys got your answers?
Yep.
Yes,
indeed.
Indeed.
Written down. I will tell you guys, I voted on this poll, and I voted for the person that got the least amount of votes. That just saying. I don't think that gives anything away.
Let me change my answer.
So we got some votes here in the chat. Justin saying 21%. Albert saying 25%. Come Here Now saying 27%. And Jay Few is saying 34%. Justin saying, I assume C has the most. That would be David Njoku. All right, guys. We're gonna start with JL here. What do you think? What percentage of people chose OJ Howard? And JL's going with 33%. OJ Howard. Simon, if you don't mind, we're gonna go to you here. 39% from Simon. And Jake?
I went big.
42%. Simon is trapped in the middle here. JL's got the under. Jake's got the over. So, guys, the first round tight ends of the 2017 NFL draft are free agents in 2022. That's exciting. Who has the best chance of a career resurgence? OJ Howard, Evan Ingram, David Njoku. The actual percentage of people that chose OJ Howard was 28%. JL is the winner today. 28%. JL, let's go. Oh, man, the comeback. He wasn't in the lead at all throughout the show. Gets the last second comeback. And JL, you are our champion today.
You weren't expecting it.
Ever.
Nice
Golf
job,
clap.
JL.
Golf
We
clap
said at the
for him.
beginning you needed a W, and you were like, "What do you mean? I've gotten plenty of W's." And you came out and backed that up. The no hat confidence was no match for you. And Jake, thank you for letting JL win. He really needed that one. I appreciate it.
And real fast, guys, OJ Howard 28%, Evan Ingram 38%, and David Njoku 33%.
I thought Evan Ingram was going to be the lowest. I feel like he's had the most opportunities to succeed in New York. And so people were going to give him the lowest chance of having that that career resurgence because we've seen him with the most opportunities. So that's a little bit surprising to me.
I voted for OJ Howard. Yeah,
I would have voted for David Njoku, but OJ Howard would have been second and Evan Ingram would have been third.
Everybody loves OJ Howard. Everybody loves a project in OJ Howard. Yeah. It's always breakout week every single week. So I'm surprised.
I feel like I can make the most excuses for AJ Howard. You know,
you're right. Before we jump off, I want to thank our guest for coming on again, Jake. Thank you so much. For everybody that does not follow him on Twitter already, go follow him at Jake Trowbridge. Truly one of the best follows in the fantasy Twitter space. He was one of the first people JL and I kind of looked up to here. He puts out awesome fantasy analysis. Then also he's an impression whiz, puts out some great songs as well. Jake, it's been awesome having you on today, and we really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having me on. Any time that you can bring me back, please try.
Okay, how about next week sometime?
Done.
Okay, perfect. It's happening.
Lock it in.
Guys,
trading also makes fantasy fun, by the way.
Justin, at the same time. Let's go.
That's going to be it for us today, guys. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy some football, and enjoy your Thanksgiving leftovers. Remember, before you leave here, hit like on this video and make sure to subscribe to FanDuel across all their social platforms. They're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, at FanDuel. There's a whole team of awesome content creators making sure you win your leagues and win some money, so you don't want to miss out on that. Until Sunday night, though, at 7 p.m., we are out of here. Adios, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.